Hello everybody and welcome to tutorial on trigonometry. In this tutorial I'll teach you trigonometry from the beginning and I'll make you fundamentally sound in this topic, and I'll make your concepts clear so that you can solve problems based on trigonometry easily. And the purpose to make a video on trigonometry or why trigonometry is that trigonometry is a subject in the pre-calculus that is very important. The three topics that engineering aspirant students should know, those are trigonometry, scalars and vectors, and complex numbers. So this is the trigonometry that I am starting here, and this is pre-calculus, so calculus is obviously engineering aspirant students should know. So trigonometry is one of the pre-calculus topics that is very important. So I'll tell you brief overview of what we are going to see in this video. Those are basic definitions, and then standard angles from 0 to 90, standard unit circle, trigonometric identities, double triple angle formulae, addition formulae, ASTC rule. Okay, so let's start from the very beginning. Okay, so terminology. Now trigonometry, what does trigonometry mean? So it is measurements in the triangles. So what are the 6 ratios in trigonometry? Those are sine, cosine, tangent, cotangent, secant and cosecant. So these are the 6 terms that we will be dealing in the study of trigonometry. These 6 ratios are abbreviated as sine, cos, tan, cot, sec and cosec. So these are the abbreviation for these ratios. So very simple. Let's move on and see basic relations among these 6 ratios. Sine and cosec are inverse of each other. That means sine is 1 upon cosec, cos is 1 upon sec, tan is 1 upon cot, and tan is also sine upon cos. This you should remember, these 4 relations. These are the basic relations among these 6 ratios. And note that I have not included angle here, so this relations hold good for a particular angle, means sine of angle A is equal to 1 upon cosec of the same angle. Okay, this may not hold good for sine of angle A is 1 upon cosec of angle B, so this may not hold good. Okay, sorry. So these are the basic relations. Now let's move on and see what are the basic definitions. Now basic definitions are: sine is equal to opposite side upon hypotenuse, cos is equal to adjacent side upon hypotenuse, and tan is opposite side upon adjacent side, as we just talked that tan is sine upon cos. So these 3 are the definitions for sine, cos and tan. And now let's see illustrations so that you will understand better. Now let us see illustration. See the triangle AOB. Sine of angle A is defined as opposite side upon hypotenuse. So consider angle A. For angle A, what's the opposite side? It's OB. And what is the hypotenuse? That's the longest side in a right angle triangle. That's AB. So sine of angle A is opposite side upon adjacent hypotenuse. So that is OB upon AB. Now cosine of angle is defined as adjacent over hypotenuse. So cosine of angle A is see, the adjacent side to the A is, if you know, neglect hypotenuse, so that's AO. So hypotenuse, cosine of angle A is AO upon AB. Similarly, tangent of the angle A is opposite side upon adjacent side, so that is OB upon AO. Okay, so if you can do these three, just write down cosec A as inverse of sine A, that means AB upon OB, sec as inverse of cos, that is AB upon AO, and cot of A as inverse of tan of A, that is AO upon AB. Now I have written is here for the angle A, so you try it for B so that you can get practice. So you can write down these definition for the angle B, you can do, okay, for practice. So let's move on. Now actually we will see how to get the values for the trigonometric ratios for the standard angles like 0, 30, 45, 60, 90, and these all are in first quadrant. Okay, now these are the standard angles because we can use geometry to find out the ratios, values for the ratios. Okay, so angle 0 and 90 is not included here because it's not it's not good to understand them from these two triangles. We have a concept called unit circle. There we will learn how to get the ratios for sine and cos of 0, 90. Okay, so there are two theorems, 45, 45, 90 theorem and 30, 60, 90 theorem. So 45, 45, 90 theorem states that side opposite to 45-degree angles are 1 by root 2 times hypotenuse. That means you see the figure, actually I have misplaced, so you see below figure and you see triangle AOB, angle A and B having 45 degree each, angle O is right angle, and what according to theorem, if hypotenuse AB is 1 unit, then sides AO and BO will be 1 by root 2. So if you apply the definition for sine ratio, that is opposite side upon adjacent side, 1 by root 2 upon 1 gives you 1, and same is true for the cos angle for both the angles AB, because angles are same. Okay, sides are same because angles are same, AO and BO. So that results in sine of 45 equal to cos of 45 equal to 1 by root 2. Okay, the another theorem is that 30, 60, 90 theorem. It actually has two statements. It states, consider this above figure. Okay, side opposite to 30-degree angle is half of the hypotenuse. So what does that mean is, if you take hypotenuse AB as a 1 unit, then the side opposite to 30-degree angle, which is AO, will be half of the hypotenuse. That means it will be 0.5. And what does the definition for the sine ratio means? It is opposite side for that particular angle divided by hypotenuse. So consider sine of angle 30, that means sine of B is opposite side AO, which is 1 by 2 if we assume hypotenuse to be 1 unit according to 30, 60, 90. 1 by 2 upon 1, that is 1 by 2. So sine of 30 degree is 1 by 2, that is 0.5. Okay, so let us see now the other part. Side opposite to 60-degree angle is root 3 by 2 times hypotenuse. So side opposite to 60 is OB. Now if you assume hypotenuse AB to be 1 unit, then side OB will be root 3 by 2. Okay, so if we take cosine of angle B, that is cosine of angle 30 cos 30, then adjacent side is root 3 by 2 upon hypotenuse is 1. So cosine of 30 is root 3 by 2 upon 1, that is root 3 by 2. So cos of 30 is root 3 by 2. Further, now if you find out the cosine and sine ratio for 60 degree, you will notice that sine of 30 is nothing but cos of 60, which is quite obvious, and sine of 60 is nothing but cos of 30. In the later you will so you will then we will then study allied angle formulas. There you will see why this exists, and we will make use of this concept to remember the or memorize the trigonometric ratios for the standard angles. So this is important concept that standard angle using geometry. And so I hope you understood this, that summary is sine 45 is 1 by root 2, sine 30 is 0.5, cos 60 is also 0.5 because adjacent side is AO, and according to 30-60-90 theorem, side opposite to 30 is half of the hypotenuse. So cos of 60 is adjacent AO, that is 0.5 upon 1, so 0.5. So sine of 30 is nothing but cos of 60, that means sine of angle B is nothing but cos of angle A, and is equal to 0.5. Similarly, sine of angle 60 is equal to cos of angle 30, and that is equal to root 3 by 2 according to the second part. Okay, so I hope you get this concept. Okay, now is an important concept called as a concept of standard unit circle. Okay, so what is standard unit circle? Now standard unit circle is a circle whose center lies on the center of the coordinate axis, that is 0 0 origin, and whose radius is 1. Okay, so consider this standard unit circle. So you can see the coordinates as 1 0, 0 1, minus 1 0, and 0 comma minus 1. Now you can see that if we are interested in finding suppose theta, let there be angle theta. Okay, so we can join this radius and then draw a perpendicular. So this intercept on the x-axis we call as x, this distance, and this the perpendicular we drop the height of that, let that be y, and this is the hypotenuse, which is nothing but the radius of circle, which is equal to 1. Okay, so now apply the definition for the sine theta. What the sine theta tells, it is opposite side upon hypotenuse. So sine theta is nothing but opposite side, which is y, upon hypotenuse, which is r. So sine theta is y upon r, but since hypotenuse nothing but radius is 1 for the standard unit circle, what does that mean? Sine theta is y. That means y coordinate is nothing but sine theta for standard unit circle. So similarly apply the definition for cos theta, which is adjacent side upon hypotenuse. So what is the adjacent side for the angle theta, which is nothing but x-intercept, which is x. So x upon r is nothing but the value of cos theta, but again the radius nothing but hypotenuse is equal to 1 for the standard unit circle, because this is a unit circle. Therefore cos theta is equal to x only. Thus x coordinate on this standard unit circle represents the cos for the respective angle theta. That means every point on this standard unit circle represents sine and cosine ratios. Every x coordinates corresponds to cos ratio for the particular angle, and every y coordinate corresponds to sine value of sine ratio for the corresponding angle theta.